kids, big kids, little kids, comic books and toys for all the girls and boys. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Adam and McCunna here.
Hi.
And today we are going to draw
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano from the Star Wars animated Clone Wars series, as well as Star Wars Rebels. And now she's on
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian show. That's right, and we're big fans of Ahsoka, and we are looking forward to drawing her today. We're going to do a portrait, like we're going to zoom in and basically focus on her face, and we'll see what else we can fit in there. So if you have your pens, pencils, paper, or your crayons, whatever you draw with, let's get ready and dive right into it. So we're going to start with a curved V shape for part of her face. And we want to give her face plenty of room to draw her tattoos and the details, but we also want to make sure that she has the horns that come around the side of her head, and we want to give room for that. So we'll start our face right about here, and we're going to come down to a point, and then we're going to come up. And then it's going to loop up a little bit. Not all the way, because she has a headband on her, across her forehead here. And we are going to bring mine up a little bit more like this. We're going to come in at two different angles here. I'm going to extend my curve a little bit. And then it's going to come straight down a little bit on either side. And then it's going to go in at an angle a little bit on either side. And then straight down again, just a little bit. And then straight across just a little bit. There we go. And then up at an angle on either side. And then on either side, we're going to curve around like that, and like that. And then we're going to connect here. You're not going to go all the way to the bottom, just part way. And then up here, another line across like that. And then on either side, she's got like some rectangles here, and actually there's probably two rectangles on either side, but we can't see the full thing. And those are usually colored in yellow. Okay, so now we got the basic form of her shape, of her head, and we have our headband. Now we are going to draw some eyes, but we want to be careful because we want to give enough room for the tattoos up top. So like for you, you may want to start your eyes like right down here. And we're going to basically draw two almond shapes. One, two. Now at the inside of our eyes, we're going to draw two lines like that. Each one will angle inwards. We're going to draw, it's going to come outwards at an angle, and then it's going to come in at an angle again, and then up like that. Now these lines, we're going to duplicate them where we come out, or down rather, and then like so. They're almost like lightning bolts.
Yeah.
And then down like that, but not all the way, because then this tattoo is basically like her eyebrows, and they come down like that. Actually, it should be a little pointier here. It comes down like that. I'm just darkening mine up a little here. It's a pretty tricky character to draw. And then above each, on either side of her face, she has these diamond shapes. So we'll make a V, and then an upside down V. We'll do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to draw her eyeballs. So I'm going to start with two circles, but I kind of blend the circles into the other part of the eye so I don't go all the way around. And then I'm going to draw her pupils, but I'm going to basically do like really thick C's because I want to leave a piece of white in there. You could also just do a full circle and then color it in partly like that. However you choose to do it. I'm going to bring my pupil up a little bit so it's not right in the center, or you could even do this where you darken up the eye a little bit at the top. That way it doesn't look like her eyes are bugging out, like she's like, huh? There you go, that looks good. Okay, then we're going to draw a couple curve shapes for the nose. So we're going to do like that, and then a flattened U shape, and then another curve for the other nostril. There we go. And then we're going to do her lips. So these are going to be like stretched out M's at first, where it goes up, comes down to a point, and goes down. And then this is the top upper lip. And then the bottom lip curves down and up.
I kind of made mine with a little smile.
Yeah, it's nice. And then she has two other tattoos, one on either side of her cheeks. So we're going to start by getting as close to the side of her face as we can. We're going to come down a line there. And then it's going to angle inwards. And then down at an angle. And then it's going to follow the shape of the face again. The curve of the cheek and the chin, and then it's going to curve up and then connect to this side. And we'll do the same thing where we have a line like that, curve that goes along the side of her face, comes down at an angle, goes over a little bit and down. And then up, and then over. And then if you want, you can draw a little line for the nose here, and do like a line there. Okay, so that's the face. That's looking great. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to do her horns, and we're going to start right about where these tattoos end down here. We're going to curve one down.
Your one looks kind of
that
like
way.
It doesn't have any expression.
She's looking very serious, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do another one like that. And this is going to be a long curved lines. Actually, you know what? We'll go up here to the top of the head. We'll skip, and we're going to do We're going to do one line that comes down like this, one continuous line. It kind of curves up when we get to the center of her head, and then it's going to come back up to a point like that. Okay. Now it's going to be another continuous line on either side. Now watch what I do. I'm going to come down right about there. And this may even be too thick. And it's going to kind of come out just a little bit, kind of like where her cheeks would be coming out on her face. And then it's going to get thinner and come down this way.
Should connector.
Yeah, you could, like, if you want to extend the other side, like to bring it down. Mine are kind of short. Hers are actually a little bit longer, depending on the age that we're drawing her.
First ones are kind of short too.
And then this one comes down. It's gonna loop
I
out.
think this one's like the older Clone Wars.
Yeah, or the Rebels.
Yeah.
And then down like that.
Like season 7 maybe.
Yeah, again, my points probably up here should have come down to like about here and then come up. That's okay. Okay.
This one's a little bit too thick.
Yeah, it happens. It's okay. And again, we're working with marker, so we don't get to fix any of our mistakes. If we were working in pencil, we'd be able to do that. So now she has some, her horns are basically white and blue. And so we're going to draw the blue parts of her horn. And I believe it's pretty symmetrical. I think they have a little bit of variation on either side. And it also, again, depends on the season and how old she is. So then this line comes down like this. It's more like a horn shape. Ahsoka's fun to draw. I think we'll probably want to draw her a couple times to get used to really how. So now I have a line that comes all the way to the side, and then it makes like this lightning shape underneath like that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I did the same thing where I came straight across, and then, oh, you haven't done this one yet.
No, I was doing it on that side.
There we go. Sorry about that. We're still having camera problems. We'll get them fixed eventually. And then I'm gonna do a couple zigzags for the tip. There we go. And then we're gonna give a little bit of her clothes here. So for her neck, she's got like a V shape in the center, and then they go across. Then again, depending on the era that you're drawing of Ahsoka, sometimes she has armor on, sometimes she doesn't. I'm going to draw just a piece of the armor there.
Last night we watched an episode where she had this weird spacesuit on.
Yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to come underneath. And this part's just going to come at an angle. Each one's going to come at a curve downwards. And you don't have to go all the way, depending on how much space you have. And then I'm going to draw part of her shoulders will come down like that, so it curves down and then up.
Wait, I'm totally lost.
So I drew her shoulders that would come out like right about here and then come down. I'm not going to go all the way down for the arm. I think I'm going to leave it like this, and then I'm going to start coloring it in. And that's our Ahsoka. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it came out really good. Not bad for a first time drawing her.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
Thanks.
So basically we're working with two different colors. We have blue, orange, and then even our headband, this particular headband is a bluish color.
Well, then I guess more than two colors.
And other, sometimes in our older version she has brown and silver.
So is this her armor? Or?
Yeah, so this is like a plate that she has over the top of her, and then like if you were drawing more of the arm, she's got like these sleeves that come down and then even up like that. This part holds her armor up, and that's where the neckline is. And then part of her arm is exposed, and then she has these like right here. If you look at we have a figure in front of us, so you can do that.
And you can watch a tour review of it.
Yeah, we did a toy review of Ahsoka. Check that out. We love collecting some Star Wars action figures here. Okay, so I'm going to get some blues out. Here's a blue for you. We got our crayons here. And I'm going to go with one of these lighter oranges to start, and I'll see how that kind of builds up. If you want to use this one, that looks like a good one.
Your one looks good, Dad.
Thanks, I really like yours. And then our lips are red. So I'm going to get out some reds for us. And
and the figure kind of looks like a maroon or something.
The lips?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could add different, you can, like, if you want to use some of the other colors that we have.
Oh yeah, there's also some little buttons on the arm.
Oh yeah, but we don't see that part down below, really. We don't get that far. And then we'll shade in the different blues, and then we'll figure out which color we're going to color her outfit. It's more like a brownish red, right? So maybe something like this.
For what?
For like her armor and the clothes. And then we have some more browns over here. All right. So I'm going to start just by coloring the orange in her face. Making sure I don't color in the white part where her tattoos are. I think this is a pretty good orange to use.
Yeah.
So we will probably speed up some portions of this so you can watch along and then see how we color it, and then pause it if you like. But we'll talk to you as well while we're coloring. We were originally going to draw a full figure Ahsoka, but there was a lot of details that we just didn't want to get into it right yet. We figured we'd do a little study of her face first, get used to drawing her tattoos and her horns.
I think this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I forgot to check what color her eyes are. I forget if they're green or blue or brown. Some fans we are.
Apparently.
So what'd you think of seeing Ahsoka live on The Mandalorian?
I liked it.
Was it a surprise?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I guess the episode was called The Jedi.
The Jedi.
But
we had an idea it was coming. People have been talking about it for a while.
I thought it was Mace Windu.
We didn't expect to see her so soon, actually. And kicking so much butt right away. I figured she was just gonna...
And Grand Admiral Thrawn.
That was a big surprise.
That's my favorite Star Wars villain.
If you don't know who Grand Admiral Thrawn is, definitely check out the Rebels show. But he actually made his appearance before that in the novels, which when Disney bought Star Wars, they kind of threw out all this great expanded universe stuff, and we thought we'd never get to see Grand Admiral Thrawn. But they ended up bringing him into the real, what they call now the real canon Star Wars. I wish they made it all canon, because there were a lot of great characters like Mara Jade and a whole bunch of other Solo kids. But we're not going to get to see those. Mara Jade was Luke Skywalker's wife. She was a Jedi. She was actually evil at first.
Yeah, she first hated him.
She was the hand of Emperor Palpatine, like his personal assassin. So I'm going to see if I have some other orange.
Isn't she working for Jabba too?
Yeah, after the Empire fell, she started working for Jabba. I'm going to add a little darker orange in here just
Wait,
to...
but after the Empire fell, wasn't Jabba already dead?
Oh, yeah, you know what? She went... That's right. She originally went to assassinate Luke Skywalker, and she was in disguise at Jabba's palace.
Oh.
That's what it was. So I'm adding a little bit of darker orange underneath certain areas to create some shadow for Ahsoka's face.
We're not the most hardcore Star Wars fans.
No. we enjoy it. I've been a Star Wars fan for a long time. And there are things that I like and things that I don't like and things I disagree about, but mostly enjoy all of it. Alright, I'm going to start coloring her horns here.
Yeah, what color are her eyes? Like, I don't know.
I'll check in a second. Here, I'll check now. Her eyes are blue.
Yeah. So, where would that be?
You would color the out part like here. I thought they were blue, but I wasn't 100%. I thought maybe they could be like a greenish color too.
There. Did she have blue lightsabers first or green? I forget.
She had green originally.
If I had a lightsaber color, I would have blue, no?
Yeah, I'd like blue. I mean, you'd get whatever chose you, I suppose.
But
I do like her white blades that she...
Are red the only Sith lightsaber color?
I've only seen
Because
Sith
if
with
there's
red.
like orange lightsabers for Jedi, then I want that.
Because didn't they say like the reason it turns red is because it gets corrupted?
Yeah.
The Kyber crystal gets corrupted. And actually Ahsoka is one of the only ones who took a red blade and turned it white.
Yeah, that was in the Ahsoka book.
Yeah.
We actually listened to the audiobook and it was actually read by the person who did Ahsoka's voice.
Yeah, that was great. I really liked the audiobook. We wanted to get the novel, but we couldn't find it, the actual book.
Yeah.
It was too expensive.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So we're just coloring our drawing with some old Crayola crayons. We have tons of crayons that are in our house just laying around. And we want to use up all of our art supplies before we get anything new and fancy. We'll start doing some in markers at some point.
I think that would be even harder.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would take longer or...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of markers. I've always been more of color, like working in color pencils more. Traditionally, I was more trained in paints, so I would paint in oil or watercolor were my two preferred mediums. I'm going to use some yellow here to color in these little things. Probably some type of communicator built into her headband. I'm going to use this same blue for her headband, but then I'm going to add some other blue into it later probably.
It's blue? Wouldn't you say it's brown?
Well, this version that I got offline, sorry
Changed a couple of times.
the camera went off again. We were just talking about how I thought Anakin kept his uniform mostly the same throughout the whole series.
He even changed his haircut. Like, after Ahsoka left, he changed his haircut.
Yeah.
In season 6, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But that's the time they finally changed her. Or he finally.
Yeah, they wanted to make it so it kind of went in with the movie a little bit more.
Yeah, probably. Which was supposed to be the last season.
Right.
6.
I'm going to add a little bit of this
They made a season
bluish gray into her horns just to give it some form. It's actually a really good color for this. I'm just lightly going over it. Just along the outer parts to create a little bit of shadow, and then the inner part like that. here. Maybe a little bit in her tattoos, just above the eyes. Because even if her tattoos are white, they're still going to have some shadow in them, depending on where the light's hitting her face. This side of the face is more in shadow. I need some red for her lips. Oh, I actually used that brownish color one. So the upper lip would actually be a little darker because it would be more in shadow. Alright, I think I'm going to start off her outfit with a little bit of this red, and then I'm going to use that brownish color over it. And then what I'm going to do for the arms where it fades out is I'm going to just color it in lightly, a little bit darker here, and then it's going to fade down into nothing since I don't draw all of her arm. I forgot to color this part in orange because that's part of her skin. Yeah, the outfit, we were rewatching some of the episodes of Clone Wars, and the last night's episode she was wearing a much more red outfit, right? Like a full body suit.
Yeah.
That space suit. And I'm going to do the same thing with this armor here, where I'm just going to lightly fade it down into the white, since I don't draw all of her. I'm going to add this brownish color. So if you're watching Mandalorian, or if you've watched Clone Wars or Rebels, definitely let us know what you think about those shows. Hopefully we haven't spoiled anything for you while we talk about it here. I've never seen Mandalorian. You ruined it for me. Sorry. I guess I'll put spoiler warning in the description for the drawing video.
Well, true. Most people that would probably watch this video already know.
I would think so. I hope so. I'd hate to. I don't intend to purposely spoil anything for anybody. But really, where does it end? I mean, it's been years since Empire Strikes Back has been out, and it's hard not to know that Darth Vader is somebody important.
Yeah.
I guess I won't say anything more than that, in case our young artists don't know yet. So that's my Ahsoka. Hey, I like how you blended yours in as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of color in the background, and because she has had green blades, I believe. Yes, her first blade was green. I'm gonna color the background green, just to make it pop a little bit.
Yeah. Grayish color.
Oh, you want that grayish color I was using? That was this one, I believe.
No, I mean for her arm and stuff.
For her arms, where? Oh, you're coloring her based on this one.
Yeah.
So we have some grays here.
I guess that's why ours may look a little bit different, because
You're going more brown with the older version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
With the more rebel type, I guess.
Yeah.
Although yours face looks more like the rebel type, and my one looks more like the Clone Wars one. But
that's all right. If I was to look at that, I can easily, I am looking at it, I can tell it's Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, but
if I didn't know you and I was just looking through your portfolio, I'd be like, oh, he drew Ahsoka.
Well, you don't know if you never saw it before.
Yeah. But I think anybody that has, maybe even if they've only seen Mandalorian, then they would know that it's still Ahsoka. even if it's a younger version.
Yeah.
Please tag us and share your Ahsoka drawings with us. We would love to see them.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think I'm done too.
I really like yours.
I really like yours as well. I think you did a great job.
Thanks.
It's not an easy character to first draw, especially in marker.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we'll start doing some sketches in pencil and then outlining with the marker. That way we can make honest mistakes or adjust things as we're drawing. You know, for instance, I would have brought this down a little bit more.
I would have made this less thick.
Yeah, that one is pretty thick. It should have come in and
Like
down
this
and
one,
around. This side
I
is
always
better.
think it, like, at least for just like parts of a picture, it's easier to do, like, if they're supposed to be symmetrical, it's always easier to, for me, it's easier to do it the first time than,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, that happens. I mean, even this, like, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but that's okay. She could be turning her face. I think these things move a little bit. I don't think they don't have, like, they're not tentacles in any way.
well, no.
But I think they do have, especially in some of the ones where they draw them longer, they kind of like bend around. Anyways, we're just chatting here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate everybody drawing with us. We had a lot of fun doing these Ahsoka Tanos. Please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Watch the other videos. This will be our 31st video
Yeah, I think so.
when we post it. So we have a lot of other videos that we've already done, and we will continue to do more every week. So thank you again, and we will talk to you soon.
Have a nice day.
Peace, love, and art.